No woods today. I'm experimenting with some cooking indoors to take outdoors. Bushcraft My Way did something called Bulz, B-U-L-Z, a dish made from cornmeal, and you can either stuff it with feta cheese, goat's cheese or small sausages. I'm going to do feta cheese, so we'll run around the ingredients in just a second. Here we have 2.5 cups of water. Panning across we have the polenta or cornmeal, feta cheese, butter, and in the background a little salt. So I shall now proceed to bring the water up to the boil, put the polenta in and cook it for approximately 12 minutes. Right, you add a generous knob of butter, a little salt, lots of black pepper, and continue to stir. And you set aside to cool when it gets to the stage of where you can actually roll it into a paste, which actually is less than 12 minutes. Very, very generous. But you must keep stirring this all the time so it doesn't catch on the bottom of this saucepan. Well, it's already made up into little balls. All I've got to do is poke the finger in, put some feta cheese in, and we'll see how it goes. So, right. So according to instructions, lightly flour your hands with some flour, make a hole in the middle of the balls, poke the cheese in, and then wrap around, sealing up. Now the recipe that I'm using recommends deep frying these, but I don't have a deep fryer. I don't wish to have a deep fryer. But as I'm gearing these up to use in the backwoods, I'm going to bake these in the oven. Ideally I would like to bake them on the fire as Bushcraft My Way did. But that is for another video in my cooking in the backwoods series. Be back in a minute. The other thing I'm going to make today is some rye soda bread. I made this on a little cookout yesterday, and you may have seen it on a previous video, but I'm making this indoors to see what it's like to bake through a more or less proper oven, and I will take you around the ingredients on that in just a moment. Quick whiz around the ingredients for the rye soda bread. I've got bicarbonate soda, cream of tartar, some milk, rye flour, salt and a little butter. Now if I was in the backwoods I would tend not to use milk, I would be using water, but I'm looking around at the moment for some full cream pounded milk. I haven't found any yet, but who knows. First of all, you want 250 grams of rye flour. And into that you require require 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar and 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. pinch of salt. What I do first is I work in all the dry ingredients, so I get a fairly even distribution amongst the rye flour. Rye flour has a tendency to feel a lot heavier than wheat flour. Though the gluten's the same in percentage wise, the structure of gluten within rye flour is different, so it tends to be a little bit more heavier, has a more paste-like consistency. Right, now I need to put in some milk, so I shall go to the fridge in a second and get the milk on. Right, I've put a small knob of butter in. I'll work this in a little bit and then I will proceed to work in the milk. So right, put the milk in. And here we go to dough up. After you've mixed this into a dough, you leave it for approximately half an hour. Well, there we go. It's mixed. I've flattened it out slightly and sprinkle it with a little rye flour. Mark the top with a cross, fairly deep cross, and I'm going to leave it for about half an hour. There we go, folks. The rye bread and the Bulz are ready to go in the oven. You don't have to use a bun tin, but I just happen to have that because the flat tin's being used for the rye bread. I'm going to put them in. I'm going to give the Bulz about 15 minutes, the rye bread about half an hour. See you in a little while. Right, there we go, Romanian Bulz, a popular dish amongst the shepherds of Romania, with thanks to Bushcraft My Way. Painting over the rye soda bread.